OK，我们 on 了。OK，等一下，我顺便看一下 comments。OK，OK，好。OK，welcome Carol to the show tonight. It's an interview on you, Carol Gockel, right?
Thank you so much for having me, Anna.
Hi, it's my first time interview proper, so 有一点感动。
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. So, hello everyone. This is Client Centric. So, today is this special episode, right, in Client Centric Property about Rise with Carol Gockel. Okay, so Carol has been my friend since last year when we joined the Soul Rich Woman, right? And then I got to know that Carol is someone who has suffered in the past, but she managed to rise from the ashes. And so she is even an author and sharing the same stage as Les Brown previously, right? 对吗? And okay, she's also a founder of C Transformations, an author, a speaker, a confidence coach, and also a contributor to Serve for Children in Cambodia. Okay, especially for young girls in academic education. Yeah. So today, thank you very much, Carol, for this interview session. So I will need to ask you a few questions so that people can understand a bit more about you. Is it okay?
Okay, fine.
Would you mind you share with us what's your story like?
My story. I'm currently a mom of two. I have two kids. My daughter is 8, turning 9 end of the year, and then my son is 7. So two very young children. I have them at a very very much later in life. Reason being because my children are a product of my second marriage. During my first marriage, I suffered psychological abuse from my ex-husband.
Okay.
So that actually brought me down to a downward spiral, and that is also the reason why I decided to start my own business to support other women in need who actually lost their confidence. To be very frank, going back to my childhood, I've been brought up to understand this fact that I have to look good, then I shouldn't be opinionated. Literally, I need to be. I can only speak when I'm being spoken to, and I didn't have a lot of confidence growing up also, because I've been told that I am too thin, I'm too tan, and I'm not pretty enough. And then that I was told also, that I should study hard but not too hard in case I cannot find a husband. My life mission is to find a good husband who can provide for me financially, then my life will be set. So because of that mindset that I had, right, I didn't have a lot of confidence. My idea of life is about just going through the motions. So I didn't have a lot of self-worth. I didn't have a lot of self-identity. So and that ended up, I ended up with somebody that wasn't the right one for me. So after going through this first marriage, then I realized that I had been living under the thumbs and everybody's expectation. So I felt that there's a lot of other women who may have gone through the same thing as well. Living under the shadow of their husband, living under the thumb of dominant men, and they have a voice but they don't have a platform, or they don't have the opportunity to rise, to become the person that she wants to be. And that's how I started my journey to become a confidence coach, to help women, to actually to take over, to own their confidence, so that they can rise to be the person that they want to be.
Okay. So I actually want to ask you this question. Why this profession? So is there any more you want to explain, to share more about exactly why this profession? Besides the story. Is there something else you feel for it?
There's actually quite a bit as well. Why coaching? To be very frank, when I was down and in my pit, I was right at the bottom, and I was very fortunate to be introduced to a life coach. She helped me out with my very, very first breakthrough. She helped me with the tools. She helped me to actually find myself, to love myself again. And I was inspired by her because her what she wanted to do was just just to help someone. And I thought this is something that I received from her, and I want to be able to pay it forward. And that's the reason why I chose coaching.
Ah,
And
okay.
and the thing is that also because prior to starting coaching, I was working with a bank. I was working with Standard Chartered Bank, and I was actually in construction. So when I was in construction, as you can imagine, right? I don't look this way. I don't. I cannot look like a woman in a way. Then I can't wear pretty dresses. I can't show my feminine side because it's inappropriate for a construction site. So I felt that I have
Oh,
actually lost a side of my humanity.
oh, okay.
So yeah, and because of that, I decided maybe I should do something a bit like something more feminine, to really keep my feminine side. So I decided to do for some reason, I don't know why, I decided to actually go and do a diploma in makeup artistry to get myself certified as a makeup artist, so that I
Ah,
can preserve this little feminine side of me. So what I started with
mm,
was playing with makeup on myself because I didn't know how to do it. And
mm.
then I also to maybe do some makeup for my friends for D&D, and subsequently I have friends who ask me to do their weddings and so on. And that was how I got by. And with that knowledge, and I thought, oh, maybe I am able to use that, to be able to serve and make it into a business. But I didn't want to become a makeup artist. I want to do a little bit more. Hence,
Mm.
that's how I went into image coaching first, and then subsequently right now it goes into confidence coaching. It kind of expand throughout the years. Yeah.
I see. So it's like not just the exterior you want to help people on. It's more like going inside to help them shine from within. Is it?
Yeah, actually, there's actually a trigger because when I was doing image coaching when I first started, because I didn't know anything else, I just was helping this client, this female client. When she walked through the door, I was stunned. Okay, I was stunned because she, based on the questionnaire that she filled in, right, she said that she didn't have a lot of confidence. She decided she wanted to change her image because she wants to be able to connect and relate to other people. Then when I kind of was like, I thought I had this image of her that
Mm,
she probably wanted to improve the way she dressed. Maybe she's more casual. She wanted to look more professional. When she walked
mm,
in, I was like, this woman, she is 100% stunning. And I would
mm,
say, sexy, very, very sexy.
mm.
The way that she exudes and the way
Attractive.
she carries herself
Mm,
is really,
mm,
really good. So I tried to understand a little bit more. And then turns out she said that, well, because she had been attracting the wrong guys. She had been attracting the wrong
mm.
guys. The men that she dated, they don't want to get married. And then they are more interested in her body than
Oh,
her. Yeah. So
okay,
they were
okay.
sexy. She's not like, those that she really show a lot of skin and all, but she just had this air of sexiness. And then
Mm,
I realized through the conversation why she exudes this sexiness. It is something that's within her. But the thing is also because of how she sees herself. She sees
mm,
she sees herself that she's not worthy of somebody better. So she wanted to look more
mm,
demure. She wanted to look
mm,
more demure so that she thinks that she can actually get somebody who doesn't think of her as sexy, as a sex object, that she can
mm,
actually find a decent man to get married. Then
mm.
I realized that it's not the way she looked, it's not the way she dressed, it is the way how she looked at herself. Yeah.
Mm. How
So
she actually subconsciously portray herself as such, right? And
yeah,
that
it's actually the
attracting the
mindset.
wrong type of people. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So it's,
Mm,
it's the way she projects herself, the message that she gives out, and then
mm,
the way she thinks of herself. Because she
mm,
thinks she actually thought that he's not deserving of the marrying type. So she always
mm.
falls for the bad boy type,
Ah,
basically. Yeah. So and I had that thing, but I mean, I at that time I wasn't a trained life coach in a way. I was just doing image. Just that through a conversation, I realized this is what it is. So I was able to just to share with her my own personal experience, and that allow her to understand a little bit. And so that was my trigger. I realized that just doing image is not going to be enough to be able to help women, because a lot of my clients, they went through all the process. After that, they tell me, hey, I get lazy, so I don't put on my makeup. I get lazy, like I don't really dress up anymore. So sometimes I do a follow up, ask how they are doing. So then realize that just to do a makeover on the outside is very easy, but it's not sustainable. It will not be permanent, because if they don't change the way how they look at themselves.
True,
Mm.
true, true. So actually, how they look upon themselves as an individual is very important, right? It's a
Mm.
self-image kind of thing, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. So Carol, I'm just curious, like what you're doing, right? How does your family, perceive it as, and actually how's the relationship like with your family?
Okay, my husband is 100% supportive. Knowing
Mm,
what I went through, he said that I if you want to do this as a charity, I will support you. I was like, huh, do charity? I'm not. I don't think this is how I can work it as a charity.
mm,
But my children actually find it very weird that their mother is working. They don't understand the concept because I'm actually
mm,
working from home. I'm working from home. So I get to actually connect with my clients either during the time when they are in school or after
mm,
office hours, like what we're doing right now when I connect with my
mm,
clients. So they don't really understand the concept of what I'm doing. For my mom at first, she didn't really understand what it is. What is it that I'm doing? She said, but you are doing image, right? You help people to dress up, look nice, do makeover and then do
mm,
makeup. That's basically what you do, right? Then what are you talking about? Like meeting client, transform their mind.
mm,
What are you talking about? What is this? So I think the concept of coaching is still not very well understood in,
mm.
in in the Asian context. Yeah. So I guess there's still a lot of education going on. Yeah. So I'm trying to actually educate my family members in terms of what I'm doing.
So I believe as your husband, he does get special perks from you, right? You will help him to dress up and tell him what to do, right? So he
Yeah,
gets free lessons from free lessons from you,
he
lah.
does, he does. Yeah.
Then
When
your
we go
children will stand
shopping,
to benefit also in future to come.
oh,
Yeah.
my children, I guess I just let them dress whatever they want. They seem to kind of know. I don't really have to do. I mean, kids. I think the things about kids, I think they have this natural ability on color coordination. It seems to me. I never really
Mm.
had to do much. For my husband, I find it very interesting because ever since I embarked on this journey, then whenever we go shopping, he would ask me for what color do
Nice.
I choose.
Mm.
Sometimes he would take pictures and then say, which one do I choose?
Okay,
They
that's
tell
very
me
good. It shows that he actually trusts you a lot. He believes what you're doing is correct, right? That's why he
yeah.
asked you. Okay, that's very good to hear. But for children, I believe usually they have their own way to express themselves for this age, right? Very cute
Mm.
right now. Okay, so right now we all know it's the COVID-19 circuit breaker period. And do you actually have to make any changes for this period pertaining to your work, or actually there's no impact at all?
There's a lot of changes.
Mm,
With regards to the children's schedule, because last month we have home-based learning, so the
mm,
schedule is more or less set. They still wake up the same time. Then I
mm,
would I would go with them for a walk, which is what my daily routine. Whenever during school day, I will wake up, have some time to myself, then get them prepared to go to school. So when they go up to the school bus, then that's where I start my 1 hour walk.
mm,
So the difference is this time around, during last month, basically they will go for the walk with me. So I'm no longer alone. So I need to actually find some pocket of space and time that I need to be on my own. Then during home based learning during the morning, then I am unable to reply to emails or to actually communicate with my clients if there is any bookings. I have to push them all the way, to the
mm,
evening and even on the weekends as well. So that is actually the change that I have to make. And also because when the kids are at home, then I have to redo the whole schedule about planning for meals, grocery shopping, and then basically plan down to the very minute. Okay, what time do I need to start cooking? Because in the past I only
okay.
had to start cooking for dinner. No, I don't have to worry about lunch. Yeah, so I
Ah,
really had to plan down all the way to that extent, and then also like buying groceries in bulk, doing the auntie thing, where I had to go and think about how do I save money by buying in bulk so that I can have
okay.
like dinner. This is the meal. Then whatever leftover, I can then use it use it tomorrow for lunch or something. So have to think about that. Have to think about savings also a lot more, especially during this. So these are the changes that I have to make. Then now, school holidays, and literally it's like free for all. My kids wake up at 9 o'clock, you know.
9 o'clock is considered early or late for you?
I'm
Nine
considered
o'clock.
quite late because if they wake up at 9 o'clock, then that means everything is being pushed back. Yeah.
Okay. Because every morning you still bring them for the 1 hour walk, no matter what time
Mm,
they wake up, is it?
well, I'll try to. But I wanted to do it with them before the sun comes out because by the time it's 8 o'clock, usually it's quite warm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
So
it's
you're
not
more like a morning person, right?
not really. I force myself to be.
Okay. Okay, Ken. So thanks for sharing about your family life. It's really nice to know that you, besides work, you actually still really put priority time for children as well, and your husband. Okay, so now the next question I have for you is, what is your biggest challenge in life
Biggest
for
challenge.
business?
Because
Yes.
when I first started out, the biggest challenge is getting the network and recognition.
Mm.
Contrary to popular belief, a lot of people think that I'm actually an introvert, very much
Introvert.
so.
Okay.
An introvert.
Okay.
Yeah. So people say, you sure not Zunbo? Some of my friends. Because when I'm with somebody that I'm comfortable with, that I know, I can open up. And then, like, right now I'm talking to you, I can open up. But then
Mm.
in a group social setting, when I first started out, I wasn't able to. And then it's like people saying, but you do training, you do coaching, right? So yeah, but it's a bit different, you see, because it's like when you do training, you have the PowerPoint slides. You can just go there, you remember what you need to say, you just go there, deliver, and then you walk out of the room. But then
Yes.
when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to being in a social setting,
Mm.
and trying to be interesting and be interested in other people, I find that a bit of a challenge. So that was my biggest challenge, trying to actually to ask, trying to to network, because your
Mm.
network is your net worth, right? Because when you start a business, you need to be able to build your network in order to get leads and so on.
Mm.
So that
Mm.
was my biggest challenge. And then and this fear factor, it's like, what if I don't make it? Yeah, what if I don't make it?
Oh, the
Yeah.
self-doubt comes in, right?
Very much so, very much.
So how did you make yourself overcome this self-doubt eventually?
Well, I need to seek help. In fact, I
Mm.
was glad that I was able to be referred, to mentorship, to coaches, to help me
Mm.
to build that. Yeah.
I
So,
see.
so that
Okay.
was how I overcome. And also, I guess it's at one point I was a bit tired of telling myself I too fearful. If I don't make it, then I mean, I have to make it. Let's put it
Mm.
this way. Yeah, at that time, because I was also being driven by my daughter, because
Mm.
I stayed at home after I gave birth to my kids. I stayed home for a couple of years. So
Mm.
the level of activity actually came down, business activity. And to be very frank, the first few years was very, very minimal.
Mm.
To say
Mm.
that I actually run a business in the first
Mm.
2 to 3 years
Mm.
was a bit of a joke, to be very frank. It was more like having a hobby. I don't
Mm.
actively go out and network. I don't actively go and promote what I'm doing. Then it's actually through referral that I get some. Then so my daughter was saying one day to me, "Mommy, when I grow up, I want to I will get married. I will meet my prince, and then I will be a stay-at-home mom like you." And
Mm.
that was my trigger point. I was, oh, I better need to do something. If not, this is the image that I give. This is the perception that I give to my daughter. Then this is what she would
Oh.
think. Yeah, this is the example that she's going to go. So I wanted to say, actually, I have a business. Just that I'm taking time out to take care and raise the two of you. So that was in a way my push factor to say I really need to do something, and then to show that my daughter that there is a lot more to life than just staying home and being a mom. And
Mm.
they also need to know that besides being at home as a mom, I also have a career, I also have a life, and I have to explain to them, and then through action, because if you tell them in words, they can't, they won't be able to understand. You have to show them, and that was how that was what actually propelled me to move forward.
Mm. So actually, based on the trigger point by your daughter, who says she also want to be like you and stay at home
Mm.
as a stay-at-home mother and have some friends who occasionally meet up, so you felt that you needed to show her more than what life can offer to her, and that's your pushing factor to
Mm.
really go all out for your business, right?
Yeah, that was a bit.
Mm.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
was worried for her, because that was my upbringing, you see. And I have so much dream for her that I want her to be able to explore and see the world before she think about getting married. Because I never had the opportunity. So I wanted her to know that this being a mother, it's because I have actually experienced corporate life. I've actually done something for myself that I'm comfortable, and that's why that's actually the next step that I take. I don't want her to aspire just to stay home because she has so much. Everybody, kids, they have so much potential, and I want her to be able to release, to be able to realize that potential. That's why.
Or maybe you want her to have that kind of self-reliance as a woman. It's not just like be very domesticated until she has to depend on someone else for that money to come in every month, right? Something like that.
Yes,
You believe that
definitely.
woman should, yeah, okay, very good. So, okay, so during this period that is the circuit breaker, right? How do you actually keep yourself motivated with the two kids in tow as well?
Yeah, well, that would be really centering myself and giving myself that time, because it's very easy to just wake up and then more modern lifestyle. You wake up and then you just started to just shong and do all the things that you need to do. It's like, okay, what is next? So it's like you're just checking off the to-do list that you need to do in the day, and I do fall into that pattern in the past, and I realized that having some time in the morning, like I will wake up and have time with myself, center and understand, tell myself what are the things that I need to do and complete for the day. I just need to choose 3 things, because we can't finish everything. There's so many things happening in our life. There's no way that we can finish everything that you're set out to do. Just 3 important things. Then I set that intention, and then I will have a prayer, and then to center myself and anchor. Then that's how I get myself motivated. So I always go back to the 3 things I want to accomplish. So something even simple as, okay, today is Wednesday. Today I want to make sure that I get to do my facial mask. Yeah, it's a form of self-care. Yeah, so this is just something that I get myself motivated, because once I have that, then I felt that I am able to actually serve the family better. Someone once told me, she said, the mothers are the pillar of the family. If we falter, then everything will fall apart. So we cannot fall apart. So if in order not to fall apart and then we cannot run on empty, I need to fuel myself. So the way to fuel myself, keep myself motivated, is setting this intention to make sure that I have a clear idea, a clear objective, what I want to achieve for the day.
I totally agree with you on that. All mothers should really have that self-love, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're trying to share here, right? Because a lot of times during work and all the other hustle bustle of the life, we tend to forget ourselves, right? So besides the facial that you will do occasionally for yourself, is there any other tips on how you actually take to self-love and de-stress yourself for the mothers outside who's listening?
Okay. I will strongly recommend keeping a journal. Yeah. I never had the habit of writing my own diary when I was younger. I find it very, very troublesome. Then I realized that, and also is I don't like to have just sit down and then thinking what am I supposed to write. But having a journal is just keeping check, having something in check, to check yourself in terms of what you are feeling. So I will actually note down how I want to feel that day, so that I will be able to block out all the negative energy that is coming. But there's so many things, and I tell you right now, everybody is actually staying home. You cannot go out. It can be very frustrating. Sometimes when I see my husband, it's like we don't have a lot of space. Can you get out of my face?
Me time, right? Yeah.
And then the apartment is small, so we are a couple, but we also appreciate our own space. And we have the kids all over, so it can be very frustrating. The emotion can really run very, very high during the day. So what I do is I keep a little journal to say, okay, this is how I want to feel. I want to feel good about it. Then I would also remind myself, not to react. Yeah, keeping that journal. So when I set that, then at the end of the evening, I will take a look at it and say, what are the things that I achieved today, and then celebrate that win. Yeah, so that is actually what I would say is good for all the mothers to keep, so that we can refer back. and I said, okay, this is hard. This is what I have achieved today. Because being a mother is very, very tough in modern times.
I also know that you have a book, right? Is it still for sale or you sold out
Yes,
already?
it is still for sale.
Okay, okay, very good. So if anyone is keen to get this book, right? If you are listening to this right now and you wish to get the book, right? We'll be flashing Carol Gockel's link again later. Then you can get in touch with her and tell her that you want to buy her book, right? Carol, it's a hard
Yes.
copy book, right? Yeah.
It's actually a soft copy, and it's actually
Okay.
a collection of stories of how to overcome adversity from global authorities. And I was very, very blessed to be invited to be put on this book together with Les Brown.
Yeah.
Also very, very surprised as well. I'm the only Singaporean to be picked.
I think it's a very big honor.
Right, it's a very, very big honor, yes.
Yeah, very proud of you, very proud of you.
Thank you.
So please remember, you want to own this book, you better write to Carol later on. I'll be flashing the link towards the end of this. Yeah. Yeah. So Carol, just check with you. Right now, can you just share with us your favorite life quote? I know you read a lot, but what's your favorite life quote that really keeps you going? Because it's really not easy to come from where you were until now where you are today. So, and whatever you have accomplished so far, right? So what is your life quote that really spurs you on?
Well, it will be my personal motto. Something that I tell myself: don't let the lie of inadequacy fool you. Feeling inadequate, it is a lie. So that's why it is something that I always refer back. Don't let the lie of inadequacy fool you. And this is also what I share with my clients also.
Okay, maybe a bit chim for me. Do you mind explaining what exactly it means? Yeah.
Okay, feeling inadequate is like not feeling that you are good enough. And to be frank, it's actually a lie that we tell ourselves that we are not good enough. We are.
Okay.
Yeah. So don't let this feeling of inadequacy that we're not good enough fool us to thinking that we are really not.
Oh, so that means you're trying to tell people that don't always feel small, right? Don't always feel small of yourself. In fact, you're bigger than what you are, right? What you see.
Yes.
Oh, this is nice. This is nice. Yeah. Thank you so much for this quote. Okay. So, okay. Then I know recently, this year you have been telling me this word keeps coming back to you at the back of your mind, right? And it keeps flashing back to you, maybe through God's will or something. And this word is called rise, R-I-S-E. It's not R-I-C-E, yeah, it's R-I-S-E. Okay, so it's very important to you. Okay, so is it something that ties up with what you intend to embark on later on going forward?
Well, Rise, the title Rise from Ashes is actually the title of my chapter in the book. And because the story, what was depicted inside the book was how I actually rise from adversity, how I was down all the way to the bottom, how I rise up. And rise to me has RISE has a lot of meaning as well, because a woman who is risen, right, who R is resilient, and then I is intuitive, because we need to trust our women's instinct. Women are being blessed with a very, very good intuition, and we're intuitive creatures. And then S means savvy, that we know, savvy. And then E is empowered, because empowered women empower others. So resilient, women, the attributes resilient, intuitive, savvy, and empowered. So this is what rise is to me.
I see. Okay. So very, very good for this thing. Okay. So is there any other thing you want to share with us today before we end this thing? But we will check. I think there's someone who gave a comment. Hang on a second. Alberna is here.
Alberna. Hi, Alberna. Hello. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Very rare that we can get Carol online here with us. So you all better ask questions if you need to. Ask as many questions and squeeze her dry, because she's full of values here. So you all can ask her anything from confidence coach to anything that you will want to know about image consulting or anything. Yeah, Carol will be very willing to share. So if you all have anything, can ask her right now.
Yeah. So there's also another thing that I like to say, what RISE means in terms of my coaching blueprint with my client. R is to help them to actually to release whatever negative feelings that they are feeling. Yeah, to release all the inadequacy, the fear, the feeling of self-doubt that they have. And then after that, innovate. I is actually innovate. How to actually re-innovate yourself, to innovate yourself. Yes. And then after that, to shine like the diamond that they are meant to be, that they are made to be. Yes.
That's good.
And then the last one will be to actually to evolve, to become better. That's how you evolve. You become better. You evolve, and then you are able to benefit the people around you, the family, the children, especially for moms. So this is actually how RISE also come about as well. Another RISE, release, innovate, shine, and evolve.
And this one will be your blueprint under, is it a C transformation?
Yes.
Okay, hang on. Just give me a second. Let me flash it out for you. Under C transformations, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, yeah, it's correct. It's correct, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Yeah. So right now, oh, hang on a second. Yeah, someone is asking, okay, I think it's Alvana.
Yeah.
What do you think about men standing with one leg?
As in men shifting their weight to one and then the other.
Probably, yeah. Because Alvana was asking, she said she's trying to tell her staff that men standing on one leg, right, is impolite. So yeah, how maybe it's during a meeting or discussion. So probably the guy is standing, I presume. Right? Alvana, is that what's happening? Because from what I understand, she said, I'm trying to tell my staff that standing on one leg is impolite. So probably what would you advise Alvana to actually do on this thing? Her staff.
It is actually shifting leg or shifting the weight to one leg. Shifting the weight to one leg, it gives an impression, to that the body language that you project is that you are aloof, that you don't really care, and then so I believe that's actually what she meant. And then it is in a way impolite, especially when you are a correspondent with the client, because that posture will make the client think that you don't really care about what they're after. Because when you're dealing with the customer needs to know and will be able to trust you. By doing that, you're shifting away on one side, then it is not very good. But the thing is that we also have to find out, there are some people who tend to do this way because they have a medical condition that they don't know. Maybe it's a spinal thing. Because people who have a curved spine, or a posture issue, the entire body tend to actually shift to one side. So they find that it's actually more comfortable if they were to stand on one, to lean the body weight onto one side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if that is actually a case, then they might have to actually see a doctor first, a chiropractor or a spinal doctor to get that adjusted. And then not doing that, then that means it's like how to actually to stop that. Is actually to advise that if you can actually stand up straight with shoulders back and to face the customer rather than moving to one side, rather than moving. So this is actually a way to tell the person it's about how you actually deal with the customer. You need to face them so that you project the image, you project
positively, right?
Yeah, you project the body language that your things, that they can trust you, because by standing on one side, you maybe tend to slouch a little bit, then that posture doesn't reflect very well. And especially if if you're representing the company as a salesperson, then you are sending the not a negative image to the company.
True,
Not
true,
just for
true.
the company, but also for themselves as well. So what they can do is that instead of maybe sending with the legs too far apart, sometimes when they send the legs too far apart, men tend to try to air themselves. They have this tendency to stand with their legs a bit too far apart. Then
Okay.
they ended up, doing the shifting. So perhaps if they can actually move their legs a little bit closer, then just push themselves up, sit up straight, or stand up straight, and that will actually help to improve the posture.
I see.
Mm.
Okay, hang on a second. Again, Anita has a question. She say, "Thank you for amazing sharing. Being a plus size woman, people tend to have a negative perception. For example, lazy. What can I do to change the stigma?" Wow, this is a very deep
Wow, this is
question.
a very, very
Good,
good
Anita.
question. Yeah. Oh, I love that question. Thank you, Anita,
Yeah,
for
it's beautiful.
posing
Yeah.
this question. Because for me, there is no ideal size. There's no ideal size. Everybody have their own size. It's God given, and also based on your bone frame and structure. So there isn't the best body shape, to be very frank. Being plus size, for me, I always tell my client, being plus size, that means it's actually more of you to love. And it's
Okay.
really more of you to love.
Okay.
People do tend to have this negative perception, and it is true. But then, what I would share with my client is how you project yourself, in the way that you present yourself. Okay, the way that you dress, the way that your posture is, the way that you speak. That has a lot to do with it, because being plus size, imagine if you're having a curvy woman, who just didn't care about her look, didn't brush her hair, and then didn't brush her hair, and then and not being not caring what she puts on, how she project herself to the world, then that is really a walking example of not taking care of themselves. So there are ways, from an image perspective, there are actually ways to camouflage the way you want to hide certain flaws. I mean, women will always have something. Okay,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, us moms, we will have this tummy, post.
Flap.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, definitely we have that. So how do you actually pick the kind of right clothing in order to actually minimize or to actually camouflage that? So that can be done. Most importantly is how you see yourself. Do you see yourself as being lazy? Do you see yourself as not being motivated? Because we cannot change what other people think. We can't. We can actually change how we think and how we want to project that message towards.
Yeah, projection is the word, right? Is how we feel to that impacts others as well, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Anita, do you think she has answered your question? I hope Anita is still around. Okay, it looks like yes. Okay, then again, Carol, I myself have a question. Is it really a must that most ladies they must do makeup all the time, especially for sales? Like I have a lot of female agents, right? When they do viewings or in show flats, they totally don't like to make up. So, in your opinion, actually, is it really necessary to make up?
Okay. Well, for
What's the
me,
minimum makeup they can do?
minimum makeup. Okay. Well, the thing about makeup, because it's a bit of a hassle, to be very frank. For people who are new to makeup, I've heard that people have to take up to like 30 minutes just to put on the makeup. Simple thing like foundation, mascara, and lipstick. They tend to take a lot of time. And to be frank, having a bit of a makeup, it is also to even the skin tone. I mean, unfortunately, because of Asian skin, our Asian skin tend to have yellow undertones. So yellow undertones, unfortunately, if you actually don't correct the color a little bit, it will actually turn out looking very tired, looking a bit haggard, So, and my recommendation is, don't go through the whole full thing of putting on makeup, because people think that I have to go through everything, put the whole foundation, put the lipstick, and then the blusher, do eyeliner, mascara, eyeshadow, and everything, the whole works. That will actually take up a lot of time, and usually people give up. There are ways that you can do to actually minimize that. Like a 5 minutes makeup is, if you are born with okay skin, okay, not like I have skin condition that I need to use a lot of concealers. So if not, then you can actually use color correcting, um, I would say base. There's quite a number of those color correcting base. So which is either you can actually find it in stores, and even like some drugstore brand, the MKUP makeup from Taiwan. Yeah, they have this complexion cream that is a tad bit of pink in color. So that actually helps to brighten the skin tone. It actually evens out the yellowness. So you can actually just apply that, just to as a base, and then maybe if you think that if your skin is a little bit oilier, usually because our climate, the T-zone is actually quite oily, then you can just dust a little bit of a powder on the T-zone, and then a little bit of concealer under the eyes just to brighten up the eye, and then go. And especially now, during this time, a lot of people don't want to draw eyebrow, but people always get we get the eyebrow embroidery. So you already stop that. Yeah, you already save time, because drawing eyebrow, if you're not a pro, can be a daunting task. Yeah, and then for lipstick, I mean, I can tell you it's difficult sometimes, because we're not born with even eyebrows. So sometimes we are one higher than the other.
Yeah,
So
yes,
you spend a lot of time, to do that. So if it's actually to save time, I would also recommend you just get eyebrow embroidery done. So all you need to do is just a 5 minute makeup. You go up, then you wake up, you do you just put on this base. This base. It doesn't even have to be a full foundation if you don't want to. Put on this base and a little bit of concealer under the eye, and dust a little bit of powder on the T-zone, and then a little bit of lipstick just to perk up. If you don't like lipstick, lip gloss, color lip gloss. There's so many color lip gloss that you can actually find. Even lip balm nowadays, they come with color. Nivea has this strawberry lip balm that my daughter loves, and it gives a little bit of a redness on the lips. And just that. Yeah, and then, for blusher, to be frank, people ask me, do you need to have like different colors? Okay, that is if you are thinking of having a day and night makeup. Day makeup definitely has to be a bit lighter. Then night makeup, then you will need to have a darker color, so that you can actually transition. If you are on a daily basis, you don't have to do a day to night makeup. Then just a little bit on the apples of the cheek, just here. Yeah, just a little bit. And if you are using some lipstick, and some lip gloss, it actually have dual function. You can dab it on the lips, and then just dab a bit on the cheeks, and just rub on the go.
Wow, so that means save money.
Save money, save time. Save money, save time. Yes.
Okay. But I do know that for people with different face shapes, right, definitely they need professional help like you to actually tell them which spot to put on the cheeks is better, because like not everyone will do. I mean, doing it the same way will get the same results, right? So definitely, I believe they'll still need your help on this. Okay, so I heard that recently you told me, right, there's some like promotion that you are giving. So will you want to share with them over here, or I'll just flash a link later, then they will contact you on this?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I can talk a little bit here. I mean, I realized that during this time, especially no hair salon. You can only cut your hair previously. You can't cut your hair. And then now, I think as of next week onwards, I think just as of yesterday onwards, I believe, then you can actually go and cut your hair, but you still cannot do a coloring. So it's frustrating for a lot of people. I have to do my own, home coloring, and I realized that we need that. A lot of women need that in order to feel good about ourselves. And coming from a space of giving, what can I do, with my skill set in order to give back to the woman, so that they can have something to look forward to. So I decided for the month of May, I'm doing a 50% off on personal styling, and one-on-one personal styling and makeup and color coaching with me, so that from June onwards they can start booking. They can actually even start booking now from June onwards. Then I can actually share with them go through this with them, with my clients, whoever is interested, to do personal styling. Say how to actually to pick the kind of right colors for yourself, how to actually use color to perk up your face that you don't have to wear so much makeup. Also, because when you're choosing the right color to put on yourself, you don't really need a lot of makeup. Because women hate makeup, to be very frank, because it's really time consuming. As moms, you don't have time, Yeah, and then and also how to actually project yourself in a positive way, because we choosing the right color, whether is it for makeup or for the clothing that you wear, has got an impact in terms of what message you are giving. Yeah. So, and that's something that I thought it would actually help women to stand out. And then from a branding perspective, if you're actually an entrepreneur, what is the message you're trying to tell your client? What is actually your brand image? How are you going to project the brand through the colors, and how are you going to project yourself? And also, like for executives, women who are holding a job, an executive, how do you be visible? Visible. Things like, for example, you have the skill set, you have the experience, but somehow you're being passed over for promotion, for example. Reason being because you're not that.
How to be more visible, is it? How
to be more visible? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. The presence, but at the same time, it's like we humans are very visual animals. Frankly, we know we are bombarded with all this visual stuff all the time, and it only takes 3 seconds for someone to actually form an opinion of you based on the way how you walk, how you stand, your posture, and the way on the things that you put on. And it is a reality, unfortunately. But we instead of viewing it negatively, how can we use that to our advantage? You see, so if you think about someone who dressed to the nines, okay, to put on a suit, you will have this professional feeling about this person. So how to wear that, but also to keep a part of yourself, so that you go to the management and say, you know what, I'm ready to be promoted to the next level, to the team manager or to a director. I'm ready because I have what it takes. I have the skill set, I have the experience, and I look the part. Because you need to be able to look like a leader to be able to lead. You need to self-lead first.
So it's to look the part, right?
Yeah, to look the part. Not to look, but to look it.
Because I remember there was one lady in our team, and then we are trying to tell her that look the part, but because one of our gentlemen happened to tell her that in a very subtle way, you should look the part you want to be. So she took it adversely, just look like her usual self, lor. That's what she want to be. Yeah. So when we say look the part, means really look like the part with the power, right?
And it can actually help in order to do the immediate, having the immediate result. It is actually changing the way you dress, and then you can work on the inside slowly. And it's also it protects professionalism, because for your clients, handling clients who are looking to make a huge financial investment in property, and also for clients who are looking to buy something for themselves as a home. Because it is probably the most important decision that they have to make for their life, buying a home that they for themselves, and then something that they can also even, to some people, they might even pass down to the next generation. So it's a huge decision that they have to make in life. So they want to be able to feel confident and comfortable with the person who's recommending them what it is. Then they also have to feel that they can trust this person who has the capability. But you can't go to the client and say, here, this is my certification, I close this, how many deals. To them, it's like, how can you help me? How, when you talk, you have the credibility. But unfortunately, the first impression, you can't have a second go at the first impression. The first impression
like
that you,
right?
when you look at you, yes, then you walk out, and then how you walk to the person, what you put on has got a lot to say about how you want your brand message to be shown. And that is the impression. If they think that, hey, this person, the way this person project themselves, the way this person actually dress and professionally, yes, I think I can trust this person. And then when they interact with you, and you tell them about your experience, what you have done, this will actually be, it will be received In fact, they will receive a lot better. They are more open to receive that because clients
Open to receive.
open to receive
Open to
because
receive, right? Yeah.
yeah, to
Correct.
receive what you have to say, open to receive, to show, your expertise and your credibility. They'll be open to receive because if the first impression they said, okay, maybe this person look too young, dress a little bit too much like a 20-year-old, too stylish. Do they have the experience? Can I trust this person? This is a very huge thing for me. Can I trust this person? So the trust comes the moment you step out and meet the client, and then after that when you open the mouth.
It's usually like the first 5 seconds or something, right?
Actually,
When they
3.
see you. Huh?
Yeah, the first 3
Five
seconds.
seconds.
Three.
Then they
Now,
make that kind of chick chat. And then they remember this person is like that, right? Something like that.
yeah. So same thing also in terms of the person's demeanor. You can there are some people, if I don't know if you have seen that they dress beautifully, then suddenly they come out and then they're like they do this, when they walk, they don't have that posture. Immediately the credibility is 100% discounted. Yeah.
Hey, at the same time, Carol, I just want to bring up one point because just now Anita mentioned about the plus size woman. I do know that if let's say someone is really plus size, they could actually go through your expertise, learn from you how to wear their clothes that suit their shape and everything to make them look more sharp, right? That will
Yes.
also help to remove that stigma whereby people think, oh, oversized is lazy and slow and blah, right?
Yeah, and also the common challenge for curvy women is they don't know where to find the right clothes. So unfortunately, a lot of the local clothing shops, because of the current fashion trend, they go for Korean trend, and then the Korean women are usually very very thin, so they don't have a clothing for curvy women. But the things that there are brands available for curvy women. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good. So, curvy woman, voluptuous woman, you know who you can look for. Carol is right here. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. So, is there any more questions you wish to ask Carol here today? Because she's really very friendly and nice. If not, then we will end. But I will flash her link one more time for you so that you can get in touch with her. Just a minute, huh? Oh, sorry. It's this one. Yeah. So I always felt that dressing to the occasion is very important, especially is a first impression when you meet up with the client, right? We don't want to come across as too slipshod or too lazy to even dress up for the client. So I believe even though we want to save on makeup or save on the makeup time, makeup is still considered necessary and even a skill to learn, right? As part of our business image, right? I think with Carol's help, even I believe I remember Carol also teach deportment class,
Yeah.
right, Carol?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's about the way we stand and the way we project our body language when we walk towards the customer and we walk away or about to pass them something. I think all this Carol has will be teaching in her classes as well. Yeah, so if you are interested in this area about how you walk or how you pose, especially when you go up the stage to get your prize, for me always when I go up and get the prize last time was at a very bad time. So all my pictures look horrible. But anyway, if you're interested how to stand even more confident, while you're taking your prizes, your awards, right? Yeah, you can check with Carol on this. And then, yeah, then that will be your most beautiful memory going forward. Yeah. Okay. So any
Thank
any
you.
problem, just type in the link and look for Carol Gockel, right?
Yeah.
And she will be there to help. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm,
So
I'm
feel free
happy
to
to
ask
help.
her for her packages. Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Carol, for your
Thank
time
you so
today.
much, Anna.
No problem. Okay. And remember, Carol has a book. If you want a book, also just look for her. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Okay.
much. Do get connected with me. I would love to hear from you.
Yes. Look for Carol, look for Carol. Okay.
Thank you, Anna, for spending time with me.
No problem, no problem. It's my honor. Okay. So Carol, so any tips, last tip to give to our audience here today before you go?
Okay, the last tip, I would say that to trust in yourself. Trust in yourself. You don't have to change yourself in order to please your perceived audience. You don't have to, you don't have to change yourself. You just need to do a little bit of tweaking and to look your best. That's all.
I think end of the day, when we want to look better or feel better, it's always more important that we do it for ourselves. 不是取悦别人，是取悦自己 for our good. Because we can see that our potential could be stretched so much more, right? It's not just based on this one person's perception of us. Yeah.
It's just a slight tweak. It's not 100% change, but a slight tweak so that you are still you, but better.
Yeah, and then self-invest lah, of course. We don't invest in others, we invest in ourselves.
Yes.
Because it will definitely go a long way. Be it for whatever kind of situations you're going to meet later on. Right. Okay, Ken. So thanks a lot, Carol.
Thank you.
So we'll end this thing together. Okay, bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night, everybody.
Carol. Bye.